Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Our mics have been off the whole time. Yay! Hi, everyone! So to recap what I said for the last few minutes, when everything was silent, Julie's out. We're gonna put Echoes on hold because, like I said, as those of you who listened to my little monologue yesterday may know, we need a fucking break because things are shit. So let's have fun and blow shit up and be goblins, right? This is the first time that any of the five of us have attempted Pathfinder Second Edition, or probably First Edition too, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to be flying by the seat of our pants. Foundry's going to be thankfully doing a lot of the work for us, and we're just going to see how this goes. And you know what? If it's a complete crash and burn, so what? We're here to have fun. We're here to be goblins. So let's go ahead and be goblins. So I'm going to go, let's go around and just introduce yourself and your characters real quick. We don't have nameplates because I ran out of time. So we're just going to go around. ECAT, let's start with you. And can you please describe your character?
Hi. Hey, hi. My name is Pigeon, but you can call me Pidge. I know that's a weird name for a goblin, but my mom always named us after everything that kind of made her be reminded of what she thought of when she looked at us. And she said that my skin kind of looked like that of a pigeon. So I got named Pigeon, which is kind of better than my sister because she's named Potato. Potatoes kind of came out looking like a potato. So, there's that. And I got a brother named Wart because he was all warty. And the youngest brother is named Not No More because that's what she said when he came out. No more. Anyway, so yeah, I'm like 5. I'm little for a goblin. I am only 2 feet tall, 2 feet 4 inches tall, and I got black hair, which I know is unusual for a goblin. But I got hair, but it gets in the way, and so I keep chopping it up with my dagger, so it's all over the place. And well, what were we talking about?
That right there, that is Pigeon in a nutshell. And let's go from being for the birds to going to the dogs. Patrick, could you please introduce us to Mutt?
So Mutt comes from the out of town section known as Darking Bog. So he is a bog goblin. For a time, he was in the employ slash perhaps enslaved a bit by a magician, made him do all sorts of menial tasks about the hut. And of course, as any good goblin, the second that man was not keeping an eye on him, he stole the guy's spell book and ran. And since then, he has been trying to figure out what's in it. He doesn't read so good, especially anything that's not Goblin Scratch or whatnot. But he has somehow managed to make some things work, just not as expected. So one day he cast mage armor, and the result was that he somehow manifested a pink hoodie. that says, "Oops, don't roll a 1" with a d20 on it with a 1 on it. But it has a jewel on it. It's obviously lucky. He also, since he has an ability with enchanting his own staffs, he summoned 1/4. It has this really cool, like, ropey bits at the top, and it was kind of wet and dirty and smells funny. But on the other hand, it does a marvelous job of allowing to cast spells and or hit somebody in the face to shut them up. Has a delightful wand that has a partially used spiral pattern on it that's very colorful. It summons ants. Whenever you put it down, there's ants everywhere. It's the best thing ever. He just hasn't figured out how to direct the ants. That's his next spell he's working. But of course, he has discovered magic. He thinks he is the shit. He walks around proud amongst all of the other goblins all day, like he knows everything. Some of them even believe him.
Excellent. And let's move over to Ray. Can you please introduce us to Zreek?
Yes, this is Ricard, Bill Kajim. I like fire, and fire often leads to death, so I have been in the employ of a pyre tender, helping those with death rituals all across our region. And thrilling work, really, when you think about it. And I don't know why, but I just find myself fascinated and otherwise entranced by theater. That is all.
So much. And finally over to Matt.
Oh my God. Gotta follow all of this.
Introduce
Well,
us to Grashanak.
Grashanak. Grashanak is a forest goblin who's been a hunter. He aspires to be a warg rider. So he's found a young wolf who is the last of his pack and has managed to bond with it, but the wolf isn't quite big enough to ride yet. We're getting there. Grashanak is kind of lanky for a goblin. It's got a big nose. Is wearing, one of the other wolves that didn't survive is wearing the pelt and skull as a, as a hat.
Sure.
And probably smells a lot like a dog right now. But he's, has come into the village to sell off some of the, spoils of the hunt, and somehow has ran into this lot of folks.
Well, as it turns out, you are all goblins of the Licktoad tribe. The Licktoad tribe lives deep in Brine Stump March, south of the hated man town called Sandpoint. What's
What was the name of the march? I'm sorry.
Brine
Licktoad.
Stump Marsh?
Brine Stump.
Once, other goblins tried to burn Sandpoint down. And they would have been legends, but they died. They didn't bring enough fire. They got themselves killed. But that is old history. We do not talk of old history. We talk of ancient and venerable history being yesterday. Yesterday, your tribe discovered that one of your own kind had been using forbidden arts and was engaged in one of the greatest of taboos, writing things down. In fact, rumor holds that what he was writing was a history of your tribe. But there's no swifter way to bring about bad luck than stealing words from your mind and writing them down, and so your tribe had no choice. You branded the goblin's face with letters to punish him, which is why now everyone simply refers to him as Scribbleface. And then you ran him out of town, took all of his stuff, and burned down his hut. As you do. But see, that's where things got interesting, because before you all burned down Scribbleface's hut, Chief Gutwad himself found a strange box within the building. Inside was a map and a lot of fireworks, some of which were immediately put to use in burning the hut down. But then this morning, Gutwad announced that tonight there would be a feast in order to drive out any lingering bad luck from Scribbleface's poor decisions. Perhaps even more exciting, the 4 of you have been secretly invited to meet at Chief Gutwad's moot house. Why would the chief want to speak to each of you? Maybe he's got an important mission. One that the other goblins of the tribe couldn't know. This could be your chance to go down in Lick-Toad history. Is there anything that you would like to prepare before you go to Chief Gutwad's for the evening, for the meeting before the feast?
Preparation sounds like forethought, and once again, that is just something we don't do around here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I take my dagger out and I trim up my hair a little more, so now it's even more spiky and stuff, and like just kind of dust off. And then I grab Zerk's pan and I'm like, "Come on, Zerk, we gotta go. We're being invited to go to this place, and we gotta go. I mean, it's the chief and everything. Yeah."
And who is Zerk?
Zerk is my friend. Zerk is someone that when I was a young goblin, much younger than I am now, and I was just starting to go out on my own, I tried to pick his pocket. And he caught me. And rather than yell at me or anything, he's been kind of nice to me. Well, as nice as Zerk can get.
I believe that she's referring to me.
Yes.
That's Zreek. Zrikad.
Sorry.
Zrikad Bilkrajim. Yes. That's okay. That's okay. It's not entirely unheard of in the younglings of our tribe. But yes, no, she refers to me. There was a day I do recall that I was working on my fire control and felt a rustling in my back cloak pocket and turned to find this very small, I say very small because, like my apparent canine covered brethren here, I am also of the taller and lankier side, although resemblance does not seem to go beyond that. And noticed that I felt just a slight bit lighter than before, and I turned, and lo and behold, there was this, yes, very small. I said very small, with an item of mine that had used to be in the pocket. And after a very small bit of tomfoolery and chasing and telling stop and halt and wait and give me that back, finally we came to an understanding. I retrieved my property, and a mere 7.5 minutes later, after hearing every single story that she had to tell in that moment, we've become friends.
I see. Excellent.
Excellent. So, can we get going now? I don't know, I feel like I'm getting close to becoming 9 now after that speech, so the boss man may be waiting.
Well, you are all very familiar with Chief Gutwad's moot house, as it lies in the very center of the village. And it is simply stuffed to the gills with, basically, it is a veritable museum of Lick-Toad heroics, crammed with trophies such as stolen weapons, shiny bits of treasure, and the brine pickled bodies of dozens of brutally slaughtered small furry animals, mostly dogs. And you know that from atop the great teacher chair within the moot house, Chief Gutwad, who here, and then I will show here.
Oh, he's ancient.
He rules the Licktoad tribe with the help of, well, not really with the help, but with the service of, you see, Chief Gutwad does not speak directly to his subjects. Instead, he employs an advisor through whom he whispers instructions, for Chief Gutwad has convinced his goblins that the words that come out of his mouth are so mighty that they might frighten away all the words in the heads of lesser goblins. Only his duly appointed advisor, Slorb, for whom I have no picture, can handle the might of the chief's words without fainting from fear. Now, Zreek, you and Slorb are somewhat of rivals, because he may be the only goblin in all of the Licktoad village that might possibly be able to outpompous you. And this cannot be stood for.
No. It cannot.
So, the four of you find yourself gathered before the entrance to the moot house. The door opens slowly. You see Slorb. He's an older goblin. A little bit of a sunken face, very pale. Very, very prominent cheekbones. He kind of leans out the door and goes, "Hello."
Boss man wanted to see us.
Yes.
Hi.
You brought a child.
He is my
am-
friend.
I am not a child. Thank you very much. I am 7 years old. Thank you very much. That is a grown-up.
He looks at Zreek, kind of raises one eyebrow, looks
I
back,
raise one eyebrow right back at him.
looks back to Pigeon and says, "And so did you. Come inside." And he, like, he moves very, very smoothly, almost like he's gliding. And, he wears a robe that goes down to the floor, so who knows? He may not actually have any legs under there. No one really knows. And
Heelys.
really, no one wants to look under Slorb's skirts to find out.
I just go marching right in, right behind him, all happy. And I take a look around and I just go, "Ooh," at all the pretties.
You would be well advised to keep your hands to yourself, youngling. Gutwad does not take kindly to pilferers. And
I put my hands in my pockets.
There's a good girl. And he leads you into the main chamber of the moot house. The teacher chair is a 6-foot-tall, grandiose thing. If you've ever been to a beach, a boardwalk, or an amusement park or something, for those of you in Pittsburgh, there's one at the zoo, like the just obnoxiously large beach chairs. Imagine one of those, but it's kind of somewhere between a high chair and a bar stool. It has the little back, it has the round seat, and it actually does kind of have some kind of contraption that can kind of lift up and come forward to act as a table. And you see that mechanism has been strained kind of to its limits, because Gutwad lives up to his name. He's a big boy. In fact, now that you think of it, I don't think none of you think you ever remember seeing him out of that chair. So who knows? He may be stuck there. Slorb looks at you all and kind of, waves somewhere between ceremoniously and dismissively. You're not quite sure where on the spectrum that falls. At the patch of dirt in front of the teacher chair, and says, "Be seated before Chief Cutwad." And he kind of slinks back next to the teeter chair so that Gutwad may speak through him if he wishes. What do the four of you do?
Well, of course, since the chief has summoned such a august personage as myself, this is obviously important stuff. So I walk forward. I of course have to address him, your chiefeliness, and then bow down, and at some point kind of actually turn the bow into a sit because I'm kind of lazy too.
I go up. I just wave.
Okay.
And I do like almost the toddler thing of like fold in half. Like my legs do not bend, my knees don't bend, and I just kind of fall back on my butt and sit there kind of kicking my feet.
Okay.
Crashneck sort of nods, boss man. Scuffs the floor a little bit. Sits down, crisscross applesauce. Whistles and clicks his, snaps his finger and points, and Nash comes down and leans up next to him.
And Drakad walks behind all of them with intent, turns, and looking directly at Gutwad, brings his hands to the side, switches on, and two flames from each palm emerge, gracefully sits down crisscross directly behind Pidge, and says, "Your gutliness," and then does a little flourish, puts out the fire, folds his arms, and awaits what happens next.
Gutwad seems at the same time pleased by your various displays and completely nonplussed by any of it. Slorb kind of climbs up onto a little shelf about halfway up the chair, ready as usual to receive and convey the words of Chief Gutwad, when instead Chief Gutwad, much to everyone's surprise and shock, he speaks to you directly in a deep, booming voice, at least for a goblin. You may be heroes. That you are not fleeing in terror from mighty sound of my voice is all the proof. There is dangerous mission, and I have summoned the strongest, the bravest, the most powerful goblins in all of the Toad tribe. They will be missed, and their sacrifices are not in vain. So, I have the second strongest, bravest group of goblins in Licktoad clan. Maybe we hear from them again someday, I don't know. As I heard Longshanks say once, not quite understand what this means, but the fourth one stayed up, and that is what we have here. We have you, and soon all Licktoad will know your might, for I have picked you for this dangerous mission. You alone, no one else. You know about fireworks and map we found in Scribbleface's hut. Fireworks were fun. But that map is more fun. It shows a route to a place near the coast. where Scribbleface find fireworks, and it says there are more fireworks there. I want them for Lictoads. You all go get them tomorrow. Tonight we have big bonfire. Burn bad luck away from you, and we play many games. Haha, much fun. Tomorrow, you fetch me fireworks. If you meet men, you make them dead. If you meet dogs, you make them dead. If you meet horses, you make them dead. If you meet lots legs, each goblin babies many, you maybe should run. And if you not find fireworks, you not come back, or we feed you to Squeaky Nord. That word has spoken. He leans back in the chair. Slorb looks at you, and you know, he is tilting his head back so he can look down his nose at the lot of you, even though he is already about 3 feet higher than you because he's on the step. And after a moment, when you guys are just kind of looking at him and he's just kind of looking at you, he almost rolls his eyes a bit and gestures very minimally with his head towards the door. And you have been
still staring at him. Still staring at him. Actually, I do the same move.
Gutwad has spoken. Your presence is no longer required. Repair and make ready for tomorrow. For tonight, there shall be revelry, celebration, and fun for one and all.
I turn to the others. He doesn't mean mirth, does he? I don't like mirth.
He said fun. Fun is fun. We go have fun. Yeah, we have fun. Fun.
Something about revelry. I don't know if that's like unraveling things.
I think that's when you wake up.
Oh, okay. Well, we should probably leave.
That comment gets more of a look of being pleased from Slorb than anything else that any of you have done this entire time. He looks completely disgusted with the lot of you, and even more disgusted with the fact that he has to take time out of his presumably completely useless and empty schedule to deal with a lot of you.
Well, he's probably got to change the big guy's chamber pot every once in a while.
Probably.
Unless the throne has a hole that goes all the way down to the block. I don't know.
Where do you think Slorb is standing?
Hope he has good reflexes.
Yeah.
So I get up and slowly mosey my way back out, checking out all of the cool things that are nice and shiny in there.
Somehow, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Somehow you're not quite sure how this happened. But as you got up and left, Slorb was just standing there on kind of the dais, not moving at all. And yet when you get to the front door of the moot house, he is there waiting for you. You need this. And he hands you a ragged, torn up, wrinkled, folded 8 ways to Sunday bit of parchment on which you see a hastily and sloppily drawn map.
I reach out and grab from him.
And Zreek's hand goes to Pigeon on her shoulder. It's like, I believe that we shall go over the pictures together, but I would feel much more comfortable being in possession of the document. Thank you.
Okay.
He turns to Slorb and says, our compliments to the chief on his hospitality and for your agility. Turns and walks.
Rashnack's already out of there.
Okay.
Like has bailed long before any of this.
I stay behind and I'm just looking up at Slorb and just smiling at him. Like the freckles are just right there prominent. And I'm just like, are you going to come have fun with everybody, Mr. Slorb? Because it's going to be a lot of fun. That's what it sounds like. Because the chief said it's for the village, and you're part of the village, aren't you? Not? Are you coming?
It will be exhilarating.
I can't wait to see you smile. I'm sure you have a beautiful smile, Mr. Slurp.
I am smiling, child. Now, get on with you. There are preparations to make for tonight.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine. But I expect to see you at the big party tonight, because I'm going to bring you a drink, and I'm going to make sure you smile. I am going to make it my mission. I'm going to make you smile. And I keep talking as I keep walking away.
If you were turning around, he would actually shut the door in your face, so he kind of shuts the door in the back of your head.
Like Tim. So now what? Can we look at the Perry pictures, Mr. Zreek?
So are we outside or
Yeah.
are we in a different part? We're outside?
Yeah, no, you are outside. And you can see that many of the other goblins in the village are already starting to scurry around, getting various materials to build the bonfire. Several of which you recognize as having very recently been part of Scribbleface's hut. For lo, there will be mirth and revelry and smiling. Really, we mean it. The rest of the goblins seem far more enthused about the idea of the large fire than Slorb.
Is there any place to is there a tavern or is there anything around or like a table at which to sit while things are being
I mean,
organized?
you all live here.
Oh,
You have houses here,
okay.
or at least little village huts.
Okay.
If you want, we can go to my place. I can compare those notes against what I have in my library.
Zreek
Granted,
raises an eyebrow.
It's only the one book, but
Right.
Right. Actually, Zreek raises an eyebrow muscle because he doesn't have hair. He doesn't have hair because he deals with fire, and fire actually fuels his psychic abilities. So he realized hair is not good.
And besides, everyone knows psychics have alopecia.
that's right.
Yeah, though I have a feeling that Zeke has a abiding odor of burnt hair
Oh, wait.
wafting around him.
What goblin doesn't?
Me?
No goblin worth their soot. I mean salt.
I
So,
smell
Him,
like
it's a pelt.
I smell like dirt and wolves.
So I
I don't know
wander
about the
off to
rest
my
of you.
hovel
Okay.
and go inside into my big magical workbench. Like clear some stuff off so everyone can stand around it. Like, okay, let me get my book from the library. I reach into the pouch in my hoodie and pull out the book that I stole.
Okay.
So I open it up. I advance a couple pages to get a new blank one. So there's a little writing on it and some weird stuff I
Did-
can't read.
Didn't we
No.
just exile
Oh, but this
Scribble
was
Face
somebody
for...
else's. I stole it from them. So I got some
Okay.
words back. So the title of the page says something like Death Touch. So I scribble that out quickly, and then I take a look at the map and I start making a rough copy of it.
Okay.
You know,
I
do creative adjustments to it.
look over at the map, turn it so it's facing the right way.
So it is a relatively crudely drawn map, as one would probably expect from, well, you all. It shows little more than the village. There's a what looks to be a drawing of probably a shipwreck on the coast, and little what look like little sprays of lines that you think probably mean these are the fireworks, and the creek that runs between the two of them. So by following this creek, you should easily be able to reach the old wreck. The problem is that this path, and in fact the wreck, is also in the part of Brinestump Marsh that you know to be the territory of Vorka, the cannibal.
Vorkna?
Vorka.
Vorka.
Orca.
Orca.
Do I know anything about?
Sure. I'm going to call for the first roll of the game. Can you please make me a knowledge check?
Okay. As soon as I figure out how to do that.
So it's going to be, well, okay, it would be lore, but I don't think you have anything relevant to that. So instead, just make me a straight up intellect roll, DC 10.
Okay.
Roll that.
As soon as I figure out that.
Saves.
Oh. No.
Is there just a roll button somewhere?
Hold on.
Yeah, not a single lore skill.
Nope.
I mean,
all right,
I have a specific train.
Yeah, and okay, so yeah, I guess we can probably say that your terrain is probably the marsh.
Yeah.
Since that's what's okay. So yeah, so go ahead and make me that make me a lore skill.
Skill check. Oh.
That's a nat 20 right there. That's a hell of a way to start out.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Yes, you are very familiar with the stories of Vorka. Vorka is, well, the Licktoads basically consider her the greatest terror of the swamp, even more so than Lost Legs Eats Goblin Babies Many. Old Vorka is said to be a ravenous cannibal goblin who once, legend tells, was the wife of a Licktoad chieftain. She murdered and ate that chieftain along with several other goblins before she was driven out of town many years ago. Since then, she's lived somewhere in the Brinestump March, to the left, somewhere along the coast to the left of the Licktoad village, And while she's never returned, it's generally become a general assumption that any goblin that goes missing in that part of the swamp has just Vorka ate them.
Ended up in the stew pot. Yeah.
So how recently has anybody gone missing?
Well, there were the two other teams of adventurers of goblins that he said that the chief said that he sent on this errand before you.
So using the powers of mathematician, I can derive then that obviously Vorka's full. And therefore we stand a good chance just being able to wander through, have some stew with Vorka because you can't be impolite, and we should be able to just go right through. So I say we just march straight ahead down the creek. It's the way to go.
That seems like a perfectly reasonable line of logic. So I assume, however, that you're going to wait until tomorrow morning and partake of the festivities tonight.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to partake in the festivities, make sure we're all fattened up before we go talk to Vorka.
Well, let's maybe avoid the cannibal queen of the marsh. Just, I don't know, just putting that out there. But I really
Zreek
don't.
should know a way around that, or know something of that, as he's traversed the entire village and local area, being the pyre tender for death rites and rituals.
Well,
So I mean,
A little bit.
yeah.
Maybe.
So you still haven't gone in the direction of Vorka, because no goblin party goes that way unless they've been ordered to do so by Gutwad.
Fair.
And the somewhere in the back of his brain there are two neurons that fire together, and Zreek knows that his study of death rites is just finding new and different ways to burn dead bodies after the goblins kill them. I mean, let's be honest.
so yeah,
You know that, and I know that. But the others don't need to know that.
Exactly.
yeah. So
Yes,
let's not go to that part of the woods or the marsh.
Unfortunately, that's
At
exactly
night.
where you need to go. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
At night.
I'm sorry.
Bad
I'm sorry.
idea.
Yes. All right. So the goblins, the village spends the rest of the afternoon preparing for the bonfire, preparing for the festivities. And as the sun is starting to set, you see that 4 goblins, these poor struggling goblins, their feet are wobbling beneath them. They are hunched over as each one of them is supporting one of the 4 legs of the cheater chair, carrying Gutwad on like the most ridiculously overweighted litter you have ever seen.
Well, things could be worse. We could be those bastards.
But one of them actually does kind of stumble and collapse, and the other 3 actually follow suit in an attempt not to spill Gutwad onto the ground. And he's kind of surprised, and he looks down, and he beckons Slorb over and whispers something in his ear. His corpulence has decided that this is where he shall remain for the festivities. The one of the other goblins, brings Gutwad about a foot long wooden tube, and Gutwad actually reaches somewhere. You probably don't want to know where. And pulls out flint and steel. And there's a little tiny fuse trailing from the end of this thing. And he lights it, burns, and this thing is called a Desnan candle. And basically, it's a Roman candle, basically. This flaming thing shoots out of the tube, like out of the barrel of an inventor's firearm. Excuse me. It is actually remarkably bright, given that with all the cover from the marsh and the swamp, once the sun has pretty much set, it gets dark here very quickly. But that's okay. You're goblins. You like that. So it is a little it's a little uncomfortably bright, but it certainly gets the job done, as the thing buries itself into the structure of the bonfire. And you wait. You wait. You wait. And Gutwad is just starting to turn to say something to Slorb when the entire structure goes woof, and a blazing bonfire rises up. Gutwad is very, very pleased with himself.
So Grashanak is just sort of grabbing at the purple spots in front of his face, and Nash has just fucked off back to his hut. It's just like,
and very shortly into the festivities, there is a large barrel of fermenting cider apples that is brought out, and the goblins, the rest of your Lictode brethren and sisterin and sibling indulge, and most of them get very, very drunk very quickly. Do any of you partake in any of these?
Zreek has one,
Okay. What?
and he sips it sophisticatedly.
So it's the actual apple.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fermenting apple cider, it's fermenting cider apples.
I see.
Sitting on the ground a little too long.
the juice is on the inside, but
And he's
You hold it
walking
like a
around
brandy
with it
sniffer and
mainly-
attempt to sip it, and you can't understand why you're not getting anywhere.
Exactly. Then he's primarily walking around with it like this. Just, sophisticatedly.
Okay.
Well, I'm a grown ass adult of all 10 years, so I'm going to totally partake.
Excellent. Grashnak?
Grashanak pulls out a pipe, packs it full of swamp weed, and sparks up and just sort of watches everybody.
Mutt and Zreek, could you please make me Fortitude saving throws DC 8?
Ooh. Fortitude. DC,
Yep.
DC.
So the banner on the
Modifier?
left side of your character
Oh,
sheet.
I'm sorry.
I got it. Yeah, no, I got the fortitude saving throw.
Oh no. Okay, so okay. Just roll a Fortitude save. Well, Zreek, these apples, as it turns out, are not intended to be nursed. No, the best way is to just just start gobbling it up. You wait a little too long, however, to discover that, and you are, in fact, sickened.
Ooh.
Nobody, no, you don't want to eat the. Never mind.
How do I get that? This? Conditions. Sickened. Look at that. You're sickened.
Am I?
Yes.
Wait.
So yeah, go under the effect tab, which is the
Oh,
person with the 4 lines. Yeah.
Wait, with the 4 lines. Hold on. On my character sheet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Third.
let me open it back up.
Yep.
Okay.
Third from the
Third
right.
from the right.
Oh. Wait, the little character? No. Third what from the right?
So in the line
Little
of dots, that's like your character and then actions and then
Actions, yes.
Yes.
Inventory, yes.
So if you go to the right,
Oh, from the right.
yes, third is effects.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yes, you Zreek is looking considerably more green than normal.
Especially because he's brown.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And as the evening progresses, word that you were going on this quest spreads, and the other goblins of the tribe start daring you to show off your heroics. And every time one of them does, the chief looks, very pleased and is clapping his hands like a very fat baby, and is continuing to egg you on, and is in fact is offering rewards for dares that are completed, as these could feats like this could make the difference between success or failure in tomorrow's quest. So he is offering great treasures if you complete the dares.
And what dares are they offering?
So, for you, my friend, three goblins look at you and they start pounding their fists softly at first on the table in sets of 3. And other goblins start taking up the rhythm, and then a chant rises up to join it. Squealy Nord, Squealy Nord, Squealy Nord! I dare you to dance with Squealy Nord!
So which one's Squealy Nord?
You take dare? He take dare! Brilliant Squealy Nord!
It's gonna be a gigantic pig, isn't it? It'd be like prom all over again.
And from a muddy pit in the middle of the village, in fact, right next to the cages where they keep the goblin babies, they bring forth this wild boar. And okay, now, to a goblin, this is a wild boar. For the purposes of the player's perspective, it's a hyperactive piglet. But as far as the goblins are concerned, this is great beast. Great beast must be tamed. And they dare you basically to ride the boar for 3 rounds.
All right, hang on a second. So I pull the pink hoodie off.
Okay,
So I don't want an unfair advantage from my magical vetments.
that's fair. That's fair.
So I hand that to the others.
Okay.
Along with the mop, which is surprisingly dry right now. It probably won't as soon as we get to the creek, at which point it'll start smelling like an old mop head.
Right.
Good luck with that. All right.
Okay. Could you please make me a DC 16 nature check?
Nature is.
Yes.
Oh, it's one of those wisdom-based things.
Yeah.
Good luck. You'll need it. This will not go well.
Nope.
Woo! I rolled a 3, which leaves me with a 2.
All right. So, describe, please, how you get onto Nord's back and stay there for exactly 3/5 of a second.
So what ends up happening? I go, hey, Piggy, how's it going? How's it going? And you know, the pig seems to be kind of okay with it so far because maybe I have some food. So I go, leap up, wrap my arms around its neck, and just keep moving until I think I'm hanging underneath the pig. And so pedantically, for a small time, I'm almost kind of riding it, but more it's riding me at this point.
Okay.
And hopefully manage not to get completely trampled at whatever point my grip fails and I fall off.
Okay. Please make me a DC 14 reflex save. Oh, nice. So, yeah.
So I do one of those things where I slip off, it runs over me, I roll forward, and then boom, straight back up to my feet.
Okay.
Like I meant to do all of this.
Right.
Like, yeah, you guys try that.
So, unfortunately, as far as the rest of the goblins are concerned, that didn't even count. They're still chanting "Squealy Nord" at the top of their little squeaky voices. A couple of them have actually noticed that you fell and are now pointing and laughing, mercilessly, mockingly at you.
Hang on a second. I go over to the barrel and I grab a couple of the apples.
Okay.
And I go back over to Squilly Nord because, well, let's face it, I really didn't, I wasn't on its back long enough for it to count, so I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. And I offer one of the apples to it.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Yes. Nord takes the apple from you and chomps it.
I offer another one.
Pigs like apples.
And then while it's eating that one, and now, getting drunk, but hopefully not hasn't had a chance to be surly about it, gently get on its back, wrap my arms around its neck, and talk nicely to it.
Okay.
Hey, you like those? Are those good apples?
All right. Could you please make me that reflex or the nature check again, but you can make it with advantage.
So is that like a +1 circumstance modifier?
No, that is keep the higher. Roll twice, keep the higher.
Ah, okay. Let's see if we can do this. Probably not, but that's a 1. Worse than the first time. And
There we go.
all right, a 14.
Yeah.
So I actually managed to stay on long enough for someone to notice I was actually on it.
Yes. Make a save for the pig.
Maybe it won't notice I'm there.
Oh, it noticed. Hey. We're supposed to have a chat window here. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? Gotta love technology, folks, right? There we go. Now the audience can see what's going on. Yes. So Nord is quite enjoying those apples, but does in fact notice that you are now on its back, and has returned to its former surliness. It's a fucking piglet.
You want some more apples? I can show you where the apples are. You like apples, don't you? I don't know that it speaks Goblin, but I'm desperate.
Okay. Make me another nature check. DC 12.
Oh,
Oh,
so close.
And there are no devil's bargains here.
Uh, I look over to Zeke and like, should I bail him out or just let him suffer?
That would be drawing attention to yourself if you do.
Yeah, not my thing really, but this is embarrassing at this point. So
Please, by all means, help us struggling brethren.
all right, cuz move over.
Unceremoniously shifts his bony ass.
All right, so Grashnak is taking up the dare of dancing with Squealy Nord.
Yep.
Love it. Okay, nature check DC 16, I think it was. Yes.
All right. Proficiencies. So, just a quick question.
Yeah.
Does the train animal feat help at all with this?
I don't know. Let's see what it does.
No, I'd need to actually spend some time with it, which I don't think we have time for that.
Nope.
Nope. All right. So, nature check it is.
because we're 12.
It was 16.
Yeah. Make me a DC 14 reflex save, please. Okay. So yes, Nord is now very confused because it's obviously not used to having, well, frankly, this much attention, but certainly not having two goblins trying to crawl on its back at once. So it actually dips back into its mud pit, and you are kind of thrown off, but you manage to stabilize yourself as you land on the ground and avoid taking any damage. The rest of the goblins in the tribe are now like rolling on their back laughing because you all have pooched this so poorly.
Was this close?
Okay. We make it easier for you, great heroes. Who wants something to eat?
I've been slowly sneaking around the crowd,
Okay.
just hugging people and laughing with them and trying to stick my fingers into pockets.
They have nothing.
Still,
There's no.
you never know.
Yep.
Somebody
Absolutely.
might have a shiny rock or a button or something that just might be.
All right. You know what? Make me a thievery check.
Seeing I have no token in the scene.
You should just be able to click on your character sheet.
Oh, I was using the heads up display.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Yep.
I'll go find. Gotta find it.
It's the button with the hand on it for proficiencies.
Thank you. Just a straight roll.
Okay. Yeah. actually. Describe two otherwise innocuous things that you managed to lift from
Well-
various goblins' pouches and whatnot.
As I walked up to this one goblin who was very, very, very appled at that point, I helped him back up to his feet because he had fallen, and I didn't want to get him getting all trampled by our fellow goblins because that would be bad. And as I did, I kind of stuck my hands under his arms, and that kind of went into one of his pockets. And lo and behold, he had a beautiful little blue button. Just
Okay.
this little thing, and I just carefully kind of stuck it into my pocket.
Okay.
And then I moved along some, and another one had this piece of this rock that was black, but it had little bits of gold flake in it, and it kind of shimmered in the firelight. And that one was very, very pretty. And I can't not collect pretty things, so that went into a special pocket in my backpack as I just moved along and helped people not fall over and get trampled by our goblin
Excellent.
friends.
Excellent. Please note those in your inventory. Let's see. One of the matrons of the goblin village, somewhat heavy set, middle aged, so probably 12 or so, would be kind of your stereotypical innkeeper's wife kind of character here. Comes forward with a wicker basket and presents it to Grashnak. You want snack?
What kind of snack?
Gutwad leans down from the teeter tray. You want snack? Good prize if snack. You want snack. You want prize? You want snack.
All right. What snack? Toad on stick? Rat on stick?
Even better. She opens up the wicker basket to reveal an entire basket full of bull slugs. Now, these things are black, wriggling slugs about the size of sausages. Even goblins think they taste nasty. And even worse, they're particularly difficult to chew because they just exude so much slime. And from her little apron pocket, the goblin that is handing out the basket to you pulls out and kind of shakes out a large soggy leaf and hands it to you with your other hand. Napkin. 1 minute, says Gutwad from his chair. 1 minute to eat on the slugs. You get this, you win big prize. Well, you win loan of big prize. It's still my prize. But you get to use.
All slugs, not just one slug.
All slugs. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you remember your salt shaker?
So, here's how this works. Because, you being the nature sort, you are familiar with bull slugs. You have 1 minute to eat. There are 5 bull slugs in the basket. You can... the problem is that inside their slime bladder is mildly poisonous. So basically, if you spit out the slime bladder and not eat it, then you get less likely. Sorry, let me rephrase it. If you chew the slime bladder and swallow it, the initial the initial fortitude save will be easier, but there could be repercussions later on. If you do spit it out, then yeah, if you don't bother to spit out the slug, the initial fortitude save will be easier, but you might pay for it later. Trying to eat a slug takes a full round, partially because they are still alive. They wriggle and but and like I said, you have a minute to do this if you wish to try.
I'll pull out my skin and knife.
Okay. If you know that if you attempt to actually skin and dissect these things and remove the bladder, you will not get through 5 of them in a minute.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just stabbing it with, because it's probably going to be easier to pick it up.
Yep. Okay. And you pop the first one in your mouth, it tastes of rotten fish. And when you start to chew it, you actually feel it burst in your mouth with a little tiny squeal.
All right. So what's the DC for spitting out the bladder?
If you are spitting out the bladder, the DC is a fortitude save DC 15.
Okay. It's a little better than a 50-50. So sure, what the fuck?
Hey! Okay, 1 round, 1 down.
Just
4 to go.
turns over to Zeke and just horks the slime bladder at him. Just
Okay. A raucous cheer rises up from the assembled goblins as finally one of you is managing to do something right.
So another fortitude save.
Yep.
Gotta do 5 of these.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, you have. Oh, there you go. Yep. That's okay. So I'm sorry, I was wrong. It is actually DC 16, but that's okay. You still made both of them. So yes, another 1 down. The goblins are cheering, lauding you. They're those that are not so busy rolling around laughing on the ground are starting to do like the little, Wayne's World bit. Gutwad is looking actually a little impressed. Like, maybe the 4th time will be the charm.
Okay.
Number 3. Oh!
Oh.
So, yeah, this one, the taste of the fish is starting to get to you, and you can't quite get this one down. You need to, you're going to need to try again on this one, dude. It's not good.
Okay. We've had worse. Nash actually likes these things, but his digestion doesn't. So tend to keep him away from these.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh.
Hit a button.
Oh no! 3rd one down. The goblins were starting to get a little worried when you paused on that 3rd one. But one of them actually, as you're making the 2nd attempt to swallow it, one of them actually comes and, in an attempt to be supportive to you, goes to give you a pat on the back, but actually gives you, more of a whack, and that's actually what kind of tumbles the thing down your throat. To, of course, another just loud roaring cheer from the crowd.
All right, 2 left. We can do this. We can do this. Ooh.
Ah! I,
Just
gra-
an enormous burp.
Yep.
Like, and you can like visible cloud of just
Noxious gas.
it's
Yeah.
not so much the cloud that really makes the effect for the crowd, as the fact that along with the belch comes like the little the little projectiles of slime.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, somebody's getting it right in the face.
yeah,
Just-
and they're acting like a groupie in the front row of a concert that just got sweat on.
Yep, it's a Gwar concert now.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
All
5
right.
rounds left to get one more down. Let's do it.
Okay, we can do this.
They're actually now starting to. Oh! The place goes wild. Slorb reaches into his robe, pulls out a tiny little pendant, and returns it to his wolf. Got well these times. Glashnak, please present yourself to Chief Gutwad.
And, a little slightly uncharacteristic bravado, Grashanak, stands up straight, arms doing the "Are you not entertained?" thing, and you rang, boss man.
You do good. Me have special prize for you. Now, the other goblins are just completely taken aback by the fact that they are actually hearing Gutwad speak. A couple of them actually do actually faint at the sound of it.
I really hope prize isn't what happens when I have to use the shitting tree later.
No. And he pulls out from one of like, apparently there's like storage compartments on this thing. Who knew? He pulls out a dog slicer, which is a short curved sword that has some rather, it has kind of a scalloped blade, so it has points as well as an edge. It also has some holes in it to make it lighter. And this greatest trophy of goblin victories in combat. I think Gutwad's gotten the apples too. You take it. You give it back when you come back.
Aye, thanks, boss man. I will put it with the other one that I own already.
No. See, the problem is this one's actually magic.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy and schmancy.
Right? So there you go. And then that to Grashnak. Grashnak, you should now have a +1 dog slicer.
Sweet. Maybe.
Yeah, it's an okay, hold on.
One moment, please.
There we go.
Ah, there we go. See, I got it confused with the other ducks
Right.
that I already have.
This one's shinier.
Looks sharp. Thank you, boss man. I will be worthy of it.
Less slug slime. Remember, you give back. Not give that back. Got one, no one. I no want that back. You take that. Just give.
Okay.
Just give weapon.
Not
Okay.
down.
Next dare. One of the goblins. Pidge, make me a perception check, please.
Oh, that would be. Here we go.
Okay.
Big eye.
So you actually do clock the person who has noticed you and is attempting to pick you up by the back of the back of your collar. Can you please make me a reflex save to see if you can get out of that?
Nope, 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 nope. No, thank you. 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 No, thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm short,
Okay.
so I ducked under.
So are you now? What are you doing now that you have evaded that?
Have I clocked that this guy is trying to get me to be the next dare person?
Yeah.
I turn around, I go, and then I just turn and I march up. Hi.
You little sneaky one, huh?
My name's Pigeon, but you can call me Pidge.
We play hide or get clubbed. You hide.
What do I have to do?
You hide.
Okay, I can hide. I can hide. I hide.
You get good prize if you hide.
I can hide. Hold on. I even have that skill.
Yes, you do.
Ah.
Okay, so yeah, this is Goblin hide and seek. Basically, you run off into the marsh, no weapons. You attempt to find a good hiding spot, and the other goblins try to find you, and they have clubs. So it's hide or get clubbed. Please make me a stealth check to determine how well you hide.
I am very good at
Very
hiding.
nice.
I am very good at hiding.
Okay.
So I go running in, I go run, and I find this little tiny nook under one of the trees that looks kind of like a some animal has dug it out for sleeping, and I put myself in really tight, and I kind of pull some of the loose dirt in front, and I use I have, hold on, I got it, cover tracks.
Okay. What does that do?
You cover your tracks moving up to half your travel speed using travel speed rules. You don't attempt a survival check to cover your tracks, but anyone tracking you must succeed at a survival check. If it is a higher DC than to track.
Okay.
My survival, I have a +2, so do I have to roll something for that?
Let me see that. Oh, is that a skill action?
Yes.
Which one is that?
It's called Cover Tracks.
Okay. Here it is. It's under exploration.
I am a sneaky little goblin.
You are a sneaky little goblin.
I taught her that trick.
So the thing is that, taking the time to cover your tracks is probably not going to get you any more than just the fact that you hide good.
Okay, that's fine.
And your DC. All right. So now I've got to make. All right. Basically, they've got to. So okay. So basically, what happens is there's a number of goblins that are going to get close enough to attempt to notice you. But in order to notice you, they have to make a perception check that beats your stealth check. And their perception modifier is a -1. So the only way they can do this is if they nat 20. No. None of them do it. And in fact, one of them fails so badly that they actually end up clubbing one of the other goblins.
I found her.
I hide.
So yeah, they a few minutes later, you hear there's a horn that gets blown, that from tradition is the signal that yes, you have successfully hidden enough that the hider can come out and hide, or it can come out.
That's myself off.
Yep.
And I just go marching back in.
Okay. As you go marching back in, you actually pass a couple of goblins that is relatively easy to mark as a married couple. The man is walking in front, very, very sullen and very, very slumped. The wife is walking behind him with 2 clubs over her shoulders and nursing a wound on her head.
No. That was bad. That was bad. Don't always make sure you look where you're clubbing before you club someone, because otherwise you're not going to have dinner tonight. I can tell you that right now. She does not look happy.
He's sleeping in the moss
As
tonight.
I'm walking by, I'm saying this. And I just go up and I present myself to the chieftain and go, I hide.
You hide good? Yes, you hide good. I need to find magic items. Compendium browser. This is what I want. Okay. So he hands you a small brass pin that is shaped like a monkey climbing a tree.
Ooh.
And let me see if I just drop this on you, do you get it? No, I actually have to have the thing, have the sheet open. That seems silly. Okay. This pin that lets you climb real good.
Ooh,
You take
thank
it.
you very much.
You give back when you come back. Not
Okay.
gift, loan.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Whatever his name is.
Got one.
Gutwood, sir. Thank you very much. My name's Pigeon. I will see you later because I know we're going to be very good friends soon. And I just walk away.
God help me.
And I
Yes.
go and
So say
show,
we all.
and I go and I show it to Jrik.
Is
I'm
Zreek
like,
still feeling the effects of the apple that he should not have sipped?
He is definitely. I mean, you can attempt. You can attempt another fortitude save to basically make yourself vomit. And try to clear this up.
Can I give him the aid action?
Sure.
I'm going to just breathe a whole bunch of slug breath right at him.
Okay. Yes. Make a fortitude save. Keeping the higher. There should be a little radio button on the dialogue that says keep higher, normal, or keep lower.
I just belch and go,
No, wait. Who's that for? Me or him?
You.
you.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hold on. let me-
Fortitude,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then modifier.
Just roll it twice.
Yep.
Roll it twice.
Or just so when you bring up the roll dialogue, there should be something most of the way down that says keep higher, normal, or keep lower.
Yes.
Click keep higher.
Keep higher. Okay. Click keep higher.
Yeah. No. So
Oh.
the 2d20 keep higher is
Oh, 2d20. Sorry.
yeah.
Missed that.
Your two rolls. If you click on the 2d20, or if you click on either of those numbers, you'll see that you rolled a 2 and a 5.
Yep, I see that. Okay.
Fortunately, the DC. Well, no. Hold on. The DC was 13. No good. Nope. You are in fact still second. And you will be for the next day, actually, because yeah. So, I mean, Grashneck. I mean, you can't even say it came from a good place because.
None of that is a good place.
No. This is in fact the bad place.
So he threw up. It just didn't help.
No, in fact, it got worse. Because it's one of those,
He has a headache.
Yeah. So it's one of those, when you're done retching and you kind of instinctively take that big breath to kind of center yourself, and that the big old breath, full of bull slug slime breath. I'm actually tempted to make your second condition even worse, but no. And let's see. Yeah, we'll do one more. Let's see. But you haven't actually. Well, no. You did that. Both of you did the squealy Nord. So I guess it would be Zreek.
Mm-hmm. Good old 6 Zreek.
Yep. The Slorb, you notice, whispers something in someone's ear. And he doesn't really smile, but you see that little tiny bit of a sneer that is probably as close as he ever gets. And whatever goblin he was talking to comes over and kind of, drapes one of your arms over their shoulders and lifts you up. That's there for you, friend. That's there for you. You come with Hunk.
I'm highly doubtful.
That's okay. For you, we have We have great dare. You want to know? You want to know?
Do I have a choice?
Not really.
Get on with it.
You go through the rusty earbiter.
Your mother said what?
Only when you disappointed her in bed. So they bring you actually around behind the moot house, where there is, I mean, it looks for all the world just like a pile of scraps and garbage, but it is actually a hollow coil of rusty wires, barrel hoops, bent swords, thorny branches, vines, all that sort of good stuff. And you see that Kronk kind of approaches it with almost awe and reverence, and a whole lot of caution because it's really sharp and painful.
Does Krunk happen to be wearing a mask like Jigsaw's little doll thing?
No. But Krunk does stand and he's kind of holding you up. He going to claw through Rusty Earbiter! Yay! And again, this huge roar comes up from the crowd. And you look at Krunk, and he looks at you, and there's just the really wide, toothy grin. You very brave hero. About a half a dozen goblins come around and very, very carefully bring this thing out from behind the moot house. It is about 20 feet long once they get it all set up. And basically you need to wriggle your way through this thing. And while there's no time limit, you can tell just by looking at this that, faster is probably better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an obstacle course?
Yes. A very tight, squeezy, sharp obstacle course.
Good thing he's lanky.
Would you like to play a game?
Okay.
You can do this, yeah. I
So
have faith in you.
you're basically going to have to wriggle through this like you were trying to escape from something. I need you please to make me a thievery check.
Thiev-
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Hey, look, I happen to be on course skills. Just click the die.
Yep.
Oh, any modifiers?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ow!
Oh, that's not good.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, you are just getting into this thing. You get snagged on some of the barbs on the wire. You don't take any damage, but you have not actually made any progress. Please roll again.
Oh boy. All right. Oh, shut up. Okay.
Ah, there you go!
Hey!
Okay, so your brain starts to whir along with this, and you kind of start seeing like the patterns and the flow of how all these various hazards are set up, and you actually manage to make very, very good progress. You're still not out, but you basically made up the time, made up the distance that you lost getting snagged in those initial brambles. Please, again. That is a success.
Yay!
To the great cheers of the goblins, you actually emerge from this thing. Slorb looks horribly, horribly disappointed, by which I mean that the one corner of his mouth is about like a millimeter lower than it usually is. The chief actually, the Gunwad is now actually just enjoying the hell out of this. He is actually slapping Slorb on the back. Slorb is trying every time, he's bracing himself against the front of the thing so as not to be knocked off the chair. Yes, Your Eminence. Gutwad very triumphantly reaches back, pulls out an old, it looks like just a robe, like, and it's got, it's old, it's patched, it looks horrible. And he, kind of tosses it at your feet, says, "You, fire goblin, you get my own personal, very useful robe that is useful." And I will put that on your sheet later because I need to write it up. But basically, it is a robe of useful items that only has a couple of things left on it, but they might be useful. And now, goblins are not known for their high attention spans, so they are, they go back to chowing down on drunk apples and doing escalatingly stupid dares, and the rest of the night passes. In the morning,
Does that get to include the contents of Zreek's stomach? Oh, shit.
Zreek is sickened for 24 hours.
That's inconvenient.
So the next morning, you are brought again before the chief, where he once again instructs you to get fireworks, bring them here to me. Have one more gift for you for help. Maybe give you fighting chance. Slorb, get box. And Slorb, who, is just the most burdened goblin ever to exist. He is just so over all this shit. And with a sigh sounding like nothing so more than If from Futurama, goes and brings out a box from one of the corners of the main room of the moot house that has actually the remaining fireworks that they got from Scribbleface's hut. And it is it's a nice little collection. I will get you guys specifics if you want them. And then you are basically unceremoniously tossed out of the village and told to go do the thing. Pigeon's already like 20 feet deep into the swamp.
Ashnak catches up with her, grabs her by the collar, turns her the right direction. No, this way.
And you proceed into Brine's Stump Marsh.
Welcome to the swamp.
Mhm.
Hey.
And I'm just looking around with
Mhm.
my big eyes because, like, this is all kind of new and stuff. This is wow.
Now, the honestly, the journey to the coast is not long. It's maybe a mile. It should only take about an hour, and it only takes that long because you're slogging through the swamp. Um,
And I got little legs.
yeah. So if everyone would please, actually, I'm going to see if I can do this from here, because there is a thing that lets you request a roll. And that's going to be a survival check. DC that. And now you should have each received a thing that said, I've requested a survival check.
What do we do with it?
I believe there should be like a
with the
d20 next
pretty.
to your name.
Okay.
Just go ahead and roll it.
Oops.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So Grash and Zreek find your way along just fine. That's still.
I hear a big splash.
Yep.
Look behind me. Pigeons in a sinkhole.
Yep.
Just reach down. We're out.
Pigeon, please make me a. Well, here I'll no, it's just narrate it because it's just freaking easier that way. Please make me a. Well, okay. I will let you make your choice of a reflex or fortitude save, but the reflex DC will be higher.
I'm gonna do reflex.
Okay. That was high enough.
I am their stats.
Hey.
I am an expert with reflex,
Yep.
so
Yep. So yeah, you're kind of like, some of the spots in this swamp are deeper than they seem. And you actually hit one that actually not only is it deeper than it looks, but it's a little bit of a sinkhole beneath your feet, and you actually go under. Um,
Pitch go down the hole.
Yeah, the other three of you look back at one point, and you see just like the tips of Pidge's fingers coming out from underneath the swamp water.
I take my mop and shove it right into where her hands are,
Okay.
and then pull her back out.
Yep. And so between that and you also are good at climbing and doing such things, and that's the reflex save. So yes, you do manage to get out of the muck with no appreciable damage. However, Mutt, if you would please make me again, and yours will be easier because you just failed, whereas Pidge was a crit fail. Make me again either a reflex or a fort save. Again,
Which one's easier?
The fort save will be easier. That does just fine. Yeah, you take a bad step, and you like kind of dive almost face first into a thing of swamp grass. You do manage to pick yourself up without actually swallowing or eating any of it, which would have been very bad. And the four of you continue along. Everyone, well, let's see. No, I can just do it that way. Krashnak.
Oh, you.
You're familiar with this swamp, with this marsh.
Yep.
You get to a little bit of a clearing between some trees, and some mangroves, and for just a moment, it's a little too quiet.
That's not good.
And then you hear some chittering. from
That's
above
really
you.
not good.
And pouncing down on you from one of the trees is this.
Ah!
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
For those of you in the audience, it
Oh.
is a giant spider, a giant
Oh.
tarantula. I will avoid posting it here in case any of you are. Oh, that's why I did it. In case any of you are afraid of spiders, because I like you better than my players.
Ugh.
Who is arachnophobic? Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's really not. Get it off me.
Yep. And let's see, you guys over here, 'cause that's
Oh
what-
boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. My mama said we should never go near spiders because spiders they got sticky stuff and we should not be near
Mhm.
them. We really should not be here. I'm just
And
saying.
you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have ourselves a little combat.
No.
Uh, everyone, please roll initiative.
So it was. No. I did. I really did. Where is it? There it is. Jesus.
Well, you're not feeling well, you know.
Okay.
Could I take another action to try to?
Okay, so it has. There we go. There it is. Okay. So thankfully, this thing is remarkably slow. But as we move on to our combat screen, Pidge, it is
Yes.
your turn.
Okay. Well, okay. I pull my dagger.
Okay. So that is actually an action. That is the draw action.
Well, that or I go against
Yep.
this thing unhanded.
Yep.
So, okay. So I pull my dagger,
Mhm.
and now I can't remember the stuff you had given us is.
Okay. So to target, you're gonna alt click on the thing that you want to target.
All right, hold on. I gotta pop out my thing for a minute so I can actually see the screen. Okay, alt click. Okay.
Okay.
I am going to go after that guy.
Okay. Are you going to? You're just going to take a swing with the dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. So then go under strikes and click that first button.
Hold on, I gotta pop it back in so
Yeah.
I can actually pull my dagger.
There we go.
And just strike it.
Okay.
And
Oh, you just barely miss. So this thing, I mean, you've dealt with spiders before. I can only imagine. Just not one this
Don't like them.
big. Yeah, and
I don't like them. I don't like them.
and you kind of just misjudge how it moves. But you do have one action left.
You know what? I'm going to do the hiya and then hiya back.
Okay.
So that's
That's the
one
plus.
below it.
Yep, the +3.
Wait a minute. The +3 that says
I'm sorry. Yeah.
the one that's strike. There was the strike, and then there's the one with the little return arrow around. Oh no, that's
No,
thrown.
that's thrown. Um, okay, so under actions, under encounter, you see the dagger is strike +7 and then +3 with MAP -4.
Yes, that
So
one.
MAP is multiple attack penalty. That's the
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And
Oh because it was surprised. So there you
surprised
go. So yeah, so you do that first swing and you're almost a little off balance, but then as you catch yourself on that return strike, you actually get it real good. So go ahead and hit that damage button for us. That's some good old damage right there.
I did a hiya
You
and a hiya,
did.
but I did not kick him.
Nope. And I mean, you heard it pretty good. And that is your 3 actions. That makes it Grashnak's turn. Grashnak, you're on mute. I think. Oh, no, you're not.
Nope, just my internet connection is
Okay.
flaking out.
Yep.
Okay, so me.
It you. So Pidge just took a couple of swings at this one. The second one actually connected, and that was a nice strike.
I just missed what you were going to say to me.
That's right. It you.
It me. Okay, so I am going to, I guess, hunt prey as.
Okay. Do me a favor and yes, do that so that we can all read what it does. Okay. So, yep, you're okay. So you're going to do. All right. So.
Yep. And it basically allows me to get the hunter's edge.
Okay. So let me see.
Which is this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I'm going to draw the shiny dog slicer.
Okay.
Action number 2.
Yep.
And action number 3 is I'm gonna try and slice it what good.
Okay.
So right click on
Or no, alt click to target it.
alt click. Okay, targeted. And rolly the attack.
Yep.
Dog slicer. Good old strikey strike.
Mm-hmm.
Snicker snack.
No.
No.
No. Really?
Ka-doing.
Really? The hell did I roll?
A 5.
It could be worse. All right. Well, that was anticlimactic.
That's all right. You're set now. You know what you got now. That makes it Mutt.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I'm going
Roll
to try
higher
to,
than a 5.
as we say, I'm going to try to hit the damn thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to try casting a spell. We'll see if this works.
Excellent.
So let's see. I'll click on him to target.
What are you casting?
I want to cast telekinetic projectile.
Oh. You put that in the chat so we all know what it does.
Go into the chat all the way.
Cool.
Just click on the.
What?
Right, that's-
Yeah,
Yep.
close enough.
all right. So yeah. Let's hit it with a rock. Then we can eat it. Yes, please. Make a spell attack roll against the target. So target and then hit the thing.
Yes, and then. Ooh, how do I do this?
Um,
Yes. Oh, it wants me to do something. I'm not quite sure how to do it.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Action. Cast a spell. Yep. Okay.
Oop, nope, there it is.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, hang on. Try that.
Yep. Attack.
Okay, so
Roll it.
attack. Oh,
You have missed.
that was a lot of effort to whiff.
I know, right? So yeah, you pick up like a swamp rock, and you have just completely misjudged the aerodynamics of the muck and that fucking swamp grass that is just determined to ruin your day. You have one action left.
Well, do I have my staff readied? Assuming it's always in my hand. I don't have to draw it.
Give me. Give me a survival check.
Oof. Let's see.
Nope. So basically, you were using it as as a walking staff, which is a completely different way to handle it than if you're trying to use it for combat.
All right.
Yes. Using your third action to draw your staff.
Actually, is drawing my staff going to preclude me from casting spells?
I don't think so.
Okay, then yes.
Okay, go for it. And now that makes it its turn. And the only one of you that's actually managed to hit it is Pitch. So it is going to attempt to hit you, unfortunately. Okay. And what is it going to attack? It is, yeah, it's going to just kind of surge at you with its fangs. And it misses. So yeah, it
The
apparently
benefits
is,
of being a little goblin.
it is apparently just as good at underestimating how you move as you are at underestimating how it moves. And yeah, because it doesn't really know any better. It's going to try that again. And it's going to miss even worse. But it is nothing if not determined. So, one more time. And this time it actually hits. So it yeah, so it's basically it's been, biting at you and lunging at you, and you realize just a little bit too late that it's actually been maneuvering you into position. You take 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I need you to, let's see. Nope. Nope. All right. I need you to make me, please, a fortitude save. You succeed. So
That hurt. Don't do that. That hurt.
yeah, so you kind of feel the venom injecting into you, and then you take a second and realize you've eaten worse than that.
That was not very nice, Mr. Spider.
It was not. And now it makes it Rick's turn.
Zrick looks still sickened, looks at the thing going, I know what I bloody want to well do, but I can't think of how the bloody hell I should do it. So I found the spells compendium packs.
Okay.
I want to cast ignition.
Okay.
I have the spell window open. I'm looking at ignition. I don't know how to add it to my character sheet.
You should just be able to. Okay, so let's just try. First of all, just try dragging it to your sheet.
I have.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to drag it to a specific.
So
that's there dragging. Yeah, hold on.
Ignition.
There's a
wait.
There's a spell tab.
There's a spells tab.
There is a spell time. I have the I have the spell casting little circle open, and I see known spells, rituals, activations.
Okay.
You add spell casting entry,
yeah,
but
so let's add a spell casting entry or a spell casting entry.
Yes.
And you are sorry, folks. We're all learning as we go.
So to do the spells, what I ended up having to do is under spell casting, I had to add a spell casting entry for my particular type, which was arcane, prepared arcane.
Yep. And
then it put up a thing where it said cantrips in first level for me, at least. So that was the type. And then I had to click on spell preparation, which opened another window, and then drag them into that.
Yeah, because you are a prepared caster.
Yeah. So basically, I had to add an entry and then open another window out of that entry in order to get the spell to cast.
So you, Zrick, you will add an entry for occult, and the spellcasting type will be spontaneous.
Okay. Tradition is arcane.
Nope, occult.
Okay. Ignition says traditions arcane and primal.
So in that case, you can't cast it. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Oh, bloody hell!
I'll add this. Spontaneous, magic tradition, occult, and your key attribute is int. Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, because I just added it for you.
I know. Thank you.
And then if you click on the little magnifying glass, that will show you the cantrips and first level spells that you can cast. And theoretically, we should have filled out your spells list before we started, but you know what? It's a one shot. Who gives a damn?
Wow. Okay. Um. Okay. We'll cast Thicket Knives.
Thicket of Knives.
Did that send it? Nope.
Nope. Here, I got it.
How do I send it?
So I did that. If you have the window of it open, there's a send thing in the
Okay.
in the title bar. Yep.
Oh, that's a deception check.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Here, I have a. I'll just forget it, and I pull out my. I have.
Just
Go back to weapons. I
Yeah.
have a weapon.
I would say just do Scorching Blast.
Sure.
It's a first level spell. It's one action. It says it's rare, but I really don't give a damn.
Where is it?
It's under first level spells here. I'll drag it to your sheet. There you go. And
Inventory. Go back to spell casting. Yay. Okay. Nope. Edit item. Nope. All right. Okay, so just do I need to send it?
no. So
Okay.
if you click on it in your in the spells tab, there will be a attack and roll damage.
I see that. Like
yep.
I'm there.
Yep.
That's
okay.
why.
So just target Lot's legs and click the attack button, and let's see what happens.
Wait, target what?
Alt click on the spider on the map.
Oh, sorry. I'm completely covering the damn map because I only have one window.
Yep.
Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. We're gonna close that too. Okay. Alt click. All right. I alt clicked it.
Okay, and then go back to your sheet and click attack on the spell.
Okay.
You has hit it.
Oh.
Yay! You cast Fireball.
Yes. Now I've lost what it does. Shit. Fuck. We're so bad at this.
No, we're just new.
Right?
It's almost like goblins are,
Well, there's that, yeah.
trying to play the game.
Yep. Okay, so you did not crit. So go ahead and click the 2d8 damage button. Woo! And
Toasty.
yeah. It eats that damage and it is not happy. And Pidge, that brings it back to you.
Before that,
Yep.
Quick question.
Oh yeah.
Does my animal companion get a action, or do I have to direct it?
I believe you have to direct it. I don't know. That
Okay.
would be something to look up. You can see if you can look that up during Pigeon's turn. How's that? Because if anything, it will go on your turn. Pidge.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And I just look at the spider and I'm like, ow! That does not, I do not like that. Thank you very much. That hurt. So I am
And even worse, now, like, the air is kind of smelling like burnt hair.
right.
Because
And now you smell. I mean, we're goblins and we smell. But man, do you stink? That is not good. Oh my God. Ew. Ew. And with that, I dagger strike him.
okay, so do you want to take an action to faint first to try to get him off guard?
Oh, sure. So
So that's under actions.
yeah.
Hit faint
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you have him targeted.
Yep.
Roll it.
And how do I roll it?
Yeah. So now, make sure it's targeted and click on that deception.
Okay.
You have succeeded! Yay!
Yay!
So now it is off guard. So let me
Yay.
do that. Come on. There we go. There it is. Okay. It is off guard against your next strike. So strike the damn thing.
And hey. How the hell did I miss with a 17?
You shouldn't have because it was off guard.
I know.
No, you would have hit it. So go ahead and click damage. I don't know why it's.
Yeah.
Yes. Lots legs will not be eating many goblin babies anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I run up and I jump while it's distracted and I shove my dagger in its eye.
Yep. And it is dead.
Oot.
And it being
Yay.
10:30, I think we're going to call it there because this is actually a pretty good stopping space. It's a pretty good stopping point. So that was a little taste of how we do Pathfinder 2e with, of course, the number of requisite stumbles along the way. But this was part 1 of We Be Goblins, part of our what may or may not end up being a new series of one-shots we're calling G-Force, because we're old and nostalgic that way. But so yeah, that's gonna be it for us for tonight. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do our after show. Try to salvage this flaming dumpster fire, and maybe do it again next time. Who knows? If you'd like to catch that, that'll be up on YouTube tomorrow night. In the meantime, we do appreciate your eyeballs. We appreciate your comments even more. We like talking. Talk with us. Let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, and make them your friends. But in the meantime, for ECAT, Patrick, Ray, and Matt, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. Good night, everybody.